Hey guys, me and today playing about mobile, and today I am going to be playing with the NBA's most overpaid players. Now, what does overpaid mean? Overpaid means the players that get paid tens of millions of dollars, yet their skills are not tens of millions of dollars. So, for example, if it's skill itself, let's talk about Hassan Whiteside. Hassan Whiteside gets 3 blocks, alright, 15 points, about 6 rebounds if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty cool, pretty solid, right? He gets paid $27 million a year. You know what? Giannis Antetokounmpo, he almost get paid. Giannis Antetokounmpo puts up better stats than Hassan Whiteside. He's a better overall player than Hassan Whiteside. He's better at defense than Hassan Whiteside. But he's getting paid less than Hassan Whiteside.
Got him! Got him!
You know what? It's just not fair. But let's talk about other scenarios. For example, this guy. Yeah, you probably know this guy. You know, the guy that tore his ACL and hasn't played in the NBA for almost 2 years. 2 to 3 years. Yet he's getting paid $30 million a year. And how about this guy? Well, we all know who this is. The guy that got paid. This is the guy who got paid $30 million bucks. That's right, $30 million. And he's not even an all-star. Even though the all-star game was canceled, he wasn't an all-star. How about CJ McCollum, a guy with actual skill? Why is he on the overpaid lineup? Well, he ain't an all-star. I think that's just it. He ain't an all-star because his 3-pointer is okay. He's a pretty decent player, right? You think a player like CJ McCollum would get paid at least like $10 million bucks, 15, maybe even $18 million? No, he gets paid $27 million.
Bruh.
Like, that is crazy. How do you get paid $27 million to be a sidekick? Sidekicks? Even if you're a sidekick who gets to a $27 million, those sidekicks are like Kyrie in 2016. Bruh, you kidding me? You getting paid that much? You're not even the star. And I'm also putting it at the Knicks. Wait, no. I'm also making everything the Knicks because, well, let's be honest here. With all these players in the starting lineup, with $30 million in John Wall, $27 in CJ McCollum, $30 million in Tobias Harris, 28, if I'm not mistaken, $28 million in Blake Griffin, and $27 million in Hassan Whiteside. Who else can afford it? Let's just get into it, you know. These players are getting paid way too much. And the reason I'm doing this, there's no particular reason, but, you know, it's just for fun. Because even if these players don't suck as much. I mean, let's be real here. Even if these players don't suck too much, they're still getting overpaid. I mean, if I was in the NBA, which probably I'll never be, but if I was in the NBA, I would get paid probably $400,000. I'll be a bench warmer. But what do you guys think these guys' salary should be? What do you guys think? You know, out of bounds. But what do you guys think their salary should be? I'm gonna give my own opinions, but you guys can give your opinions in the comments down below. All right, so John Wall. John Wall is old. He's not a bad player, but he's injury prone, old, and not as fast as he used to be. So I think 10 million would be fine. $10 million. You might think for a player like John Wall, why would I give him like only $10 million? You gotta remember, this is old 30-year-old person who tore his ACL, old, not young, not fast, an injury-prone John Wall. Alright? And not a defensive beast in John Wall.
Got him! Got him!
You gotta know that, all right? You gotta know that John Wall isn't young John Wall. He is super old John Wall. So I think he would get paid, yeah, I think $10 million would be fine. Now let's move on to, who's the shooting? CJ McCollum. CJ, I think I would pay him actually $14 million. Yeah. I think that's what he deserves. 14 million. Why am I shooting a 3-pointer with Hassan White? Why did I do that? But I think 14 million would be enough for a player like CJ McCollum. You know? Because I think CJ McCollum, I think that's his value, you know? I don't think his value is any more than 14 mil. Maybe if a team is desperate, $17 million. That's the most I would offer if I was a GM. Not 27 million, Portland. And now, small forward. Oh my goodness, Tobias Harris, man. You know what? Let me tell you guys a little something about the 76ers and Tobias Harris. You know what's crazy? No one had I think, alright, this is based on my experience. Oh my goodness. A little highlight in. Oh, nice. Nice shot. But you know what? I think, hold up. Hey, Tobias Harris. Tobias Harris and the 76ers, I think, based on my knowledge, I think Tobias Harris was not in a bidding war, you know? I think if I'm not mistaken, Tobias Harris, listen to this, no one bid on him, all right? So the 76ers just basically gave $30 million to Tobias Harris. Of course, no one bid on him because, I mean, who wants to pair up $30 million for Tobias Harris? You know? But I think a guy like Tobias Harris, honestly, $8 million or even the most, oh my goodness, this team is trash.
Trash!
That's fine. But honestly, I think Tobias Harris, if I was a GM, the most I would offer Tobias Harris would be, oh, look at that, it's Giannis, guys. Wait, is that Giannis? I don't know. Oh, no, it's not Giannis. Sorry. But I think a guy like Tobias Harris, I would pay him. CJ McCollum, man. But a guy like Tobias Harris, I would pay $7 million at least. At the most, I would pay him $15 million. That's the most I would give a guy like Tobias Harris. Because, I mean, come on. You're a guy, a role-playing player, and you're getting paid $30 million. You could have done better, 76ers, Philadelphia. Now let's move on to Blake. Now, funny story, I was gonna choose Al Horford, but funny story, I was actually gonna choose Al Horford, but Al Horford, I do not think he's overpaid.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm serious. Al Horford, I think the money that he's making, I think the money that Al Horford is making is reasonable. Like, I would pay a little less, you know. Maybe it's $20 million at the most. $20 million at the most for Al Horford. But if he was on, like, the Celtics or on the... Or actually, at least at a bad franchise like the Hornets, $20 million seems like enough. Speaking of the Hornets, I was actually also going to use Terry Rozier, but you know what? Terry Rozier, I don't think he's injury prone, you know? Because Terry Rozier, he's a decent player. I mean, 20 points on the Hornets, that's not saying much because you're on the Hornets, but, I mean, you know, they upped their game. I think the Hornets, they upped their game in the second half of the season. You know, their young court upped their game in the second half of the season. So, yeah. I think $20 million, I would pay him, actually, a guy like Terry Rozier would get paid $13 million, which in NBA money isn't that much of a change because it's only $7 million less. I know I don't have a lot of money, guys. Don't roast me in the comments. I am not a spoiled rich kid. No, I'm not that. I'm just a dude who's recording a video on his bed just because his bed doesn't echo, and he doesn't want his parents to be mad just because he's playing games.
Your life is even more sad than John Wall's torn ACL.
So I'm not a spoiled rich kid, but $7 million in the NBA, that's not much, okay? That's not much, okay? Hold on, let's open this pack. It's a 1 yearbook token. Whew. They were nasty, to be honest. While I was playing, they were actually pretty nasty. They are actually pretty nasty, you know. They had some threes. They had some pretty flashy highlights. But they don't deserve that money, alright? All of them, I would pay $15 or less, except for Blake Griffin. Yeah, except for Blake Griffin. You know? Oh, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!